Yo, what's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Grew Up Inside, man. I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to everyone that has been viewing my videos, man. I really appreciate it. Anybody that have been showing me support on Facebook and YouTube and shit like that. I really appreciate it, man. Big shout out to y'all. Big ups to y'all. I have 30 subscribers. Let's see if we can jump that shit up to 50. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, before we go any further, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell. That way, every time I drop a new video, y'all can be notified. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it, man. Today's video is finna be about slap boxing in the motherfucking bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Pow, pow, smack, 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 smack. You know what I'm saying? Slap boxing in general, man. Slap boxing, you know, was a big part of when I was doing my juvenile bids, man. The whole time I was locked up, you know, slap boxing was a big part of that. And anybody that have done time in the juvenile facilities, especially in like Pennsylvania and shit like that, y'all know that, you know, whenever you have a beef with somebody, you know, you want to settle your differences or something like that, you know, what's up? Let's go to the bathroom and slap box, you know what I'm saying? Go in there, paint the shit out somebody for a good 30 seconds and, you know, it usually shuts them up and y'all can get away with it, you know. The most I ever have, the worst I've ever seen from slapbox was a kid fucking got a bloody nose, you know, but he got slapped really hard, like bang, right in his motherfucking face, dude, you know. And it was actually funny as fuck because the kid that got the bloody nose was tall, a tall white dude, and he got smacked in his face like really hard by a real short black kid, man. They was freaking slapboxing in the bathroom, and the short dude just kept like backing up on him, and the white boy, you could tell he didn't really know how to fight. He was like throwing like straight punch, and he was just dipping back and just coming back with these real wide fast hooks. Wow, 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 wow. 2, 3, 4 of them, you know, because his arms were short, but they were real wide. He kept just catching him, pow, 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 pow. His shit was red and all puffy and shit when they were done. But let me tell you, homeboy didn't fuck with him again, you know. Homeboy didn't fuck with him again, and they didn't speak to each other after that, you know. And then there was never a problem after that, you know what I'm saying? Because before that happened, like, and what happens a lot of times before a motherfucker slapbox is the kid was talking a lot of shit to him. Well, they were talking a lot of shit to each other, you know. Oh, I'll fuck you up, blah, you pussy, blah, blah, blah. You can't beat me, da, 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 da. So niggas was like, yo, go slapbox. Take that shit in the bathroom. They did. And the little dude ended up painting the shit out of him, you know. So that just go to show you, like, size doesn't matter. You know, size don't matter. It's all about this. All about that hand game, you know. And if you got a good fight game and you got heart, you know, you good. You know what I'm saying? Now, not every facility that and placement that you're in will you go into the bathroom to fucking slapbox, you know what I mean? Because in some spots, you know, the bathroom is like near the police or whatever, you know, or, you know, just maybe there's other spots, you know, like for instance, when I was in Abraxas, you know what I'm saying, A1 in the middle of the fucking Nowhereville, in the Allegheny National Forest outside of fucking Pittsburgh, in like fucking southwestern Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? Which was like fucking 6 hours away from where I'm from, which is southeastern Pennsylvania. I was in southwestern Pennsylvania, in the middle of the fucking forest. Anyway, motherfuckers used to slapbox in our fucking rooms. You know, most rooms had 3 motherfuckers in it, and then some rooms had 2 motherfuckers in it. You know, but like the way the dorm was set up, the dorm was set up. It was in the shape of an H. You know, so you have a dorm over here with like 16 guys, and a dorm on this side with 16 guys, and then like a hallway connecting them in the center, so like an H like that, and then a hallway in the center, and then like 2 square fucking conference rooms on either end. And one side over here on the left side was for fucking like TV night and game night and shit, and then on the other side was for board games and shit for the people who weren't on the levels, because it went by a level system, you know what I mean? But anyway, so the dorms are shaped in an H, you know, the building, and then inside is like a T. So you have the staff's office right here, and then a hallway that's like that, and a T. Boom, back there's the conference room, and right here's the hallway that connects the two rooms. So at this hallway that goes back, there's rooms on either side, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, there's one directly across from the staff's office, you know, that holds 3. And then there's a bathroom at the hallway right there, and then a room with 3, another room with 3, another room with 3, and then 2 on the end with 2 guys. Or I think it was just 3 and 3, and then 2 and 2. You know what I mean? A lot of times we would just slapbox in the bathroom, you know, because staff, they go in the office, because it's usually only 1 or 2 staffs per wing, you know, 4 for that per dorm, 4 or 5 for that dorm, you know, and a supervisor, or 4 and then a supervisor, you know. So we would slapbox in our rooms a lot, man, and you know, that was like that was like the first place where someone actually smacked the shit out of me and painted me. But I ended up painting his shit right back the same night. We slapboxed like 3 times, yo. Me and my roommate at the time, man, was notorious, yo, there at that time for fucking slapboxing, man. And you know, I ain't gonna say his name, we're just gonna call him M, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to say rest in peace to him, you know, because he actually passed away within these recent years. And, you know, he was a really good dude, man, despite whatever differences we may have ever had when we was in there. At the end of the day, that was my nigga, you know what I'm saying? And I fucked with him, and, you know, R.I.P. to him. But yeah, me and this dude was notorious for slapboxing, okay? And we were calling each other out for a while. We actually had the same counselor and shit like that. So like every week we have a group, you know what I'm saying? And during these groups, me and him would get into it. So like everyone knew that we kind of had conflict and shit like that. So like one night, fucking, we was just going back and forth, going at it, and I said, and I had said something to him, and he said something back to me, something, suck my dick. And I'm like, suck your dick, you know? And I'm like, pussy, like, let's go right now. Get the fuck up. You know what I mean? And we got up, so we squared up. And when we did, the dudes across the hallway took notice. So that we actually had like a little fucking, a crowd, like a fucking, you know, spectators and shit, like watching. So we over there swinging at each other and shit. And soon as I threw my, like, before we slapboxed, I felt like he didn't have as much respect for me as to when after we slapboxed, because after he seen that I had hands, and after I smacked the shit out of him a couple of times, like that showed him like, yo, you know, Stacks ain't pussy, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, we back there, we square up, and as soon as we square up, I throw my setup, you know what I mean? And I see his whole look on his face just change. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said, oh, shit, kind of like, look, you know, like, damn, okay, this white boy got hands. I see how you throwing your setup. Like, all right, so we swinging this shit a couple times, and he threw a couple of hands, and I dipped, like, boom, boom, boom. I didn't even swing yet. But he threw, like, 3 of them, and the way I dipped them so, like, shoom, 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 it was, like, so swift. And he was like, oh, shit. So then the last one he threw, I dipped under it like that, and then I pivoted to the left, and then when I pivoted, he fucking swung, bang, and caught me right in my eye. Bow! I didn't even see that shit coming. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna lie. He popped the shit out of me in my eye, and my shit was kind of ooh for a second. I said ooh like that. I said okay. So we squared back up and shit like that. He threw one, I dipped, and when he after he threw it, he dropped his hand down, and when he did it, I cracked him. Pow! Smacked the dog piss out of him. I cracked him hard. Boom! I cracked him like a lot harder than what he caught me, you know, and he wasn't expecting it and shit. And when I cracked him, he kind of got startled, and he was like, ooh, okay. And then he like threw some wild ones, kind of caught me a little bit, and I threw a couple wild ones, and then he stopped and I stopped and shit. And it was just really funny because, like, you know, after that we was cool, you know, and like I just like, you know, I like the time when like motherfucker could just go at it with the hands, you know, and just like settle our differences and not even get caught. You know what I mean? Like, it was always fun, you know? Slapboxing was always fun, and like motherfuckers was always surprised because, like I said, like me being white, like me being white and then still trying to portray like being like hard, like a stand-up guy and a motherfucker that ain't pussy and shit like that, you get tested a lot more than other motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And you know, yeah, I'm a bro, you know what I mean? Boom, ADR, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But let me say this, like, I did every bid that I ever did, I did it as a neutron, you know what I'm saying? I always did all my bids as a neutron, as a kid, and even as a motherfucking adult. You know what I'm saying? I did all my bids as a neutron, and I didn't become a bro until like a long time after that. And I did become a bro when I was locked up, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna leave that for another video. But it was 3 days before I came home. You know what I'm saying? So I got crowned and then came home into a situation, you know what I mean? And I knew what it was. But like, I don't even consider myself being a, like, you know, bro when I was booked, because I always did my time as a neutron, you know. But that's a whole nother topic for another story, you know. But basically what I'm trying to say is motherfuckers would always test me a lot more, you know, especially with like me running with the Spanish guys and shit like that. Like, I would get tested a lot by my people that ended up fucking with me in the end, more than I'll get tested by people that we didn't fuck with, other groups and other organizations, you know what I'm saying? Because even though I wasn't affiliated whenever I did my time, I still had certain groups that I ran with, and they, you know, guilty by association, you know? Birds of a feather flock together. You are who you rock with, you feel me? Like, so, you know, basically, you know, what I'm saying is motherfuckers would always test me because they see I'm white, and as soon as I throw my setup on them, you know what I mean? And we get to popping, we get to going back and forth, and I'm dipping and shit like that, and I'm smacking the shit out these dudes. You know, I'm always catching them by surprise, you know, because for a second they sleep on me, and that's what this guy did, you know. And I thought it was funny because everyone seen it, you know, and everyone knew we had tension, and he was always talking big shit that he was gonna fuck me up and smack the shit out of me, and I'm pussy ass white boy and da 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 da, you know. And yeah, he did smack me, but not even, you know, right after that, I pong and popped him a good one right back. You know what I'm saying? And then we ended up going to group, you know, and then we fucking were both bragging about smacking each other to the rest of our guys that were in our same caseload, you know. It was like 3 other guys, and we walked in the group, and he was like, look, I smacked the shit out of Stacks, you know. And I was like, yeah, look, I smacked the shit out of him too, you just can't see it because he's too dark. Oh man, shit was crazy. But then, like, even after group, we went back to the room that night, and we went like 2 more rounds, you know what I mean? And he ended up catching me again. He slapped the shit out of me across my face, and fucking I smacked the shit out of him back across his face. Like, we just kept going back and forth, you know. He popped me one, I pop him one right back, you know what I mean? And like, we was just going back and forth and shit. And I actually dipped a lot of his shits though, because that's my shit, you know. I like dipping people's shit and then countering, you know what I mean? fucking M, man. Yo, rest in peace to that dude, man. He was a good dude, man. And fucking slapboxing in the bathroom, man. That shit was crazy, man. Slapboxing, period. You know what I mean? And then I have another story too. A fucking dude that was from Harrisburg. We gonna call him DW. You know what I'm saying? This dude ended up turning out to be my fucking homie too, man. I fucks with him. Shouts out to him, man. If you watching this, man, DW, man. I fucks with you, dog. You know, fucking, he did the same thing, man. He was underestimating me, you know. We was popping shit to each other a lot. And this one, we ended up taking it to the bathroom, freaking. It ended up bubbling over one night, and we was like, man, fuck it. You know, and in this case, I was the underdog again because, 1, I was the white boy, and 2, I was smaller than him. You know what I mean? He was a lot taller than me. Not a lot, but, you know, 4 or 5 inches taller than me, and he had real long arms. And fucking, we went into the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, and we was brushing our teeth, and once we looked up and seen staff weren't there, we fucking went over to the left behind the wall, you know what I mean, and then there was another dude there keeping an eye out for us, you know what I'm saying, and then, again, as soon as I threw my shit up, fucking, he had that look on his face like, oh, okay, and then the dude that was brushing his teeth was like, oh, all right, You know what I mean? So we fucking get to going at it and shit. And he threw a couple at me and I dipped them. I threw one at him, he dipped it. And then I rushed him and threw a 1-2. Pop! Caught him with the left one, straight out with the right. Pow! Caught him right in his eye with the right one. Bang! And then again, there's another one where after I smacked the shit out of him, he was like really surprised. Like, oh shit, like white boy knows how to, he got hands, you know what I mean? The boy could fight. You know, and after that he got wild and threw 2 wild ones and kind of caught me in the top of my head and shit. And then we stopped because like anytime when you're doing that type of shit in the bathroom, especially with like slippers, you can hear it. It's loud. You hear the, you know, and it sounds like a really big fight. And really we just back there slap boxing, you know, to smack the shit out of each other. You know what I mean? To shut one, someone gets shut up. You know what I mean? And in that case, it was another one where I got underestimated because I was the white boy and I had motherfucking glasses on, you know? And I went in there and I ping, 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 smacked the shit out of him again. You know what I mean? And after that, they respected me. You know, they respected me. And I got a lot of more slapbox stories too, man, from there. There was another time, man, when we was in the back in the shower area. Because like on the bathrooms in this spot, it was like I said in one of my other videos, the stalls didn't have no doors, you know. So you go in and it's the bathroom and the urinals on this side, and then to the left in the middle is like a doorway with like I'd say about a 5-foot little hall, and then back there is like a little room like this with 1, 2 little, then the door, and then 1, 2 showers, 4 showers. So another time too, when a lot of guys would go in shower time, you know, and be back in the shower because back there, you know, once you close the door, you can't really hear all that rattling and stuff like that, you know. So I was back there with a dude, we're just gonna call him Dewey, you know what I mean? That was another guy, man, that was my nigga too. He was from South Philly, you know what I mean? We was back there, man, he threw his shit up, you know what I mean? And he knew that I had hands because other people have told him. But it's the first time he's seen me throw my shit up, right? So he threw his shit up, you know what I mean? And then I threw my shit up. And then when I threw my shit up, he another one, same thing. He had that look like, oh, I'm so used to seeing that look because like motherfuckers underestimate because I'm the white boy, you know what I mean? So I have to go hard, you know? I feel like I have to have that extra oomph behind my shit. So just so motherfuckers respect my motherfucking hustle and me, you know, as a man. You know, I don't give a fuck if I'm white, nigga. Like, respect my shit or else, you know, I'm gonna put them hands on you, you know? And I always been like that ever since I was a kid, man. You know, I never been scared to fight ever since I was a kid, and I'll quit to punch somebody in the fucking face. You know what I mean? Not even trying to glorify it at all. You know, it's just how I was growing up. I was wild, you know. Nowadays, I'm not like that. You know, I calm down a lot, you know. And nowadays, you know, I'm more about being a better role model for my kids, you know. And if I can walk away, I'll walk away. But don't get it twisted. If someone pushes me to that point, I will knock somebody's motherfucking teeth out. You know, so yeah, me and Dewey back there, man, he threw his shit up, I threw my shit up. He had that look of like surprise, you know what I mean? He threw a wild ass uppercut, I dipped it to the left, came back with a left hook, smacked him, right uppercut, smacked him, another left hook, smacked him. After that, he was like, oh no, you know, I'm good, you know, I'm good. Oh shit, he almost fucking tripped into the shower and shit. Fucking slap boxing in the bathroom, you know, it was just something that we did, you know. You know, it's a cool memory, you know what I mean? Nothing about being locked up is cool, you know, but I'm one of the people that try to make the best of any situation that I'm in, you know what I'm saying, no matter what it is. And I do have good experiences, even though it wasn't a good thing. I can take good experiences and positives from doing all that time and you know, turn it around into a good thing, you know, and pull the good out of it. Yeah, fucking that was just a couple of stories, you know, about fucking when we used to slap box, you know what I'm saying, when we was locked up as kids, you know, to fucking settle differences or whatever, man. You know what I mean? So I hope y'all enjoyed that shit. You know what I mean? Because I had fun telling y'all, man. You know, I fucking like relive these stories and shit, and I can see the images flashing in my head as I'm telling y'all, man. And you know, it makes me feel good, like, because like, you know, I'm just hoping, like I said before, maybe I could reach someone in some way, you know, just to know, like, even though these shit sounds funny, it's cool, whatever, nothing like that, like, don't ever fucking follow in them footsteps, you know what I mean? Because being with your family and fucking going to fucking prom and learning how to open a bank account, all that shit that you learn that I fucking miss, you know, is what life really is about, you know? And my stories, although, yeah, they're funny, whatever, yeah, this kid was locked up, nothing about it is cool, you know? None of that gives me cool points, and none of that fucking furthers me in life in any way other than me being able to learn from those mistakes that I made and be on here talking to you about it today, instead of being out there motherfucking robbing and stealing and selling drugs like I used to be, you know? So yeah, man, just fucking get them likes up, man. Get them subscribers up, man. Keep fucking with me. You know, I'm gonna keep having good content for y'all, entertaining stories. You know, every time we on here, bound to make you laugh, man. Just tune in, hit that little notification bell, man. Don't forget, it really helps, man. Please, you know, fuck with me, you know. I'm gonna keep fucking with y'all, you know what I'm saying? And till next time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.